Good afternoon. I hope your Friday has been going well uh, and that you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. I'm back, the power's back on, and it's time to do another gaming video for you all. Welcome back to Nick Can't Game, or Can He? Um, as you can see, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bells here on YouTube, and you will be notified whenever I post a new gaming video for any of the series that I do. With that said, it's time to flip over to our game today, which is Pro Wrestling Sim. We are doing the go home shows for our next premium live event, WCW Slamboree, and we're doing the event itself. Okay. Uh, as you see, we're here on Monday, the in-game date of May 12th, and we have got um, a very heavily angle heavy show booked for the Nitro Go Home show before the premium live event. We do have several matches, including for our main event, a United States Championship match between the champion Konosuke Takeshita and Miro. But yeah, a lot of our stuff is angles this week, so that we can get hyped up for the show, for the premium live event. Ready to start the show? Yes. Um, our standard show opener, with several of the people who are part of our main event scene, has everybody gaining popularity except for Brock. 89% total score for the segment. Uh, Next we have two of our announcers previewing the upcoming premium live event. Uh, they both gain in popularity. Everybody that they talk about for the upcoming show gains in pop. And we get an 80% for the segment rating. Next we see Bill Goldberg arriving to the arena. He's our general manager for both Nitro and Thunder. He gets there, he makes his way to the ring, and he lets us know that one of our television champion is slightly injured and won't be able to defend his titles on this week's shows, but he should be back next week, and that is Mystico. And then the owner of the company, Ric Flair, comes to the ring and says that due to the clashes between Brock and Joe Hendry, Bill Goldberg is going to be the special guest referee for the world title match between them at this Sunday's PLE Slamboree. And we get an 85% total score for the segment. Next we have a match, tag match starting off, part of the feud that's been kicking off between the two stables of Top Flight and Dead Man's Hand. This is AJ Francis and Alex Kane versus Bully Ray and Calvin Tankman. Alex picks up the pinfall here, gaining popularity by both of the members of Top Flight. It looks like Bully could have put in a bit more effort. Only a 1-star quality match, but the crowd was pretty into it. 75% crowd score, final score 66%. And from the crowd, the newest member of Dead Man's Hand hops the fence. That's the man known as Bishop Dyer here, formerly known as Baron Corbin in the WWE. He comes in and he makes the entrance, and the whole stable jumps AJ and Alex, and that's an 83% final score. And we turn him heel. And we move on to the next segment, which is Bully Ray announcing Bishop as the official new member of the Dead Man's Hand. And that gets a score of 80%. Next up, we have a tag team match. The women's tag team champions, the Beautiful Disasters versus the team of Lady Maravilla and Vipers. Waves of momentum, people putting in a huge effort. The crowd enjoyed the special entrances. One of our new backstage agents, former women's champion Mickie James, did a good job of putting the match story together. Our champions have great tag team chemistry as a team, and so do Lady Maravilla and Vipers. We'll have to revisit them as a team and see what we can do. Mandy and Daria gain popularity. Mandy picks up the pinfall. Lady Maravilla looks like is the one who took the pinfall, and she slightly lost a bit of popularity. Crowd reaction 67% on a 1.5 star match. Gets us to 63% overall for the match. Next, we have Brock and Joe signing the contract for the match at Slamboree on Sunday, and they each make their entrance. They cut a promo on each other, and they sign the contract, and then something snaps and they start beating the heck out of each other. And they're pulled apart by the special guest referee Bill Goldberg and several of the backstage staff, including Arn Anderson, Kevin Von Erich, Mick Foley, etc. And that gives us an 88% segment. Next up is an advertisement for the streaming platform that this show is airing on, which is Amazon Prime, and most people gained a bit of popularity. We got an 86% rating on the segment. Next, Raj Desi, in advance of his match, takes on a local talent and absolutely beats the crap out of him. The crowd wasn't that into it, and it was only a 0.5 star match because it was a upper card guy beating basically a jobber. 50% final score. Then he grabs the mic and cuts a promo on his opponent for the weekend. Now going by the name of Enzo Scarnt. And they both gain popularity off the promo, and it's an 81% segment score. Next we have Amy interviewing Bad Bunny about his feud with Jake Paul, and then Jake Paul shows up and has a bit of verbal sparring with Bad Bunny, and in advance of their match, before they peel off and head back to their respective locker rooms. And that gets us an 81% segment score. Next we have Nikki Garcia interviewing United States Champion Konosuke Takeshita about Alex Kane, an up-and-coming wrestler, member of Top Flight, who's looking to challenge for the U.S. Championship, and that gets a 91% score. Next we have a match between Nick Nemeth and Tom Lawler. They have terrible chemistry as opponents. We won't match them up again. Nick is riding a wave of momentum and put in a lot of effort. The crowd was kind of into it. But the match quality was only a 1 star for 62% overall. Next we have Isla Dawn storming into Bill Goldberg's office and demanding a match with Becky Lynch. Bill tells her to win a qualifying match on Thunder and then she'll get her shot at the women's title. But it's not going to happen tonight. And that gets a 73% score. Next we have a contract signing for the women's title for the match at Slamboree on Sunday. That only gets a 67%. Next we have a video shown about the ongoing feud with Ronda Rousey and the stable led by Eva Marie called the Poly Queens. And that gets us our first 100% score ever on a segment for any of our shows. Next we have a tag team match. A team of the Iconics taking on Macy Estrella and Sari. Tuning up, they really want another match for the title. It was a 2.5-star match, 68% crowd reaction, 67% overall score. Next, Mandy demands that her match on Slamboree against Mercedes Varnado be a last woman standing match, and that is accepted, and that gets an 89% segment score. Yuki versus Kenta. The crowd wasn't really into it, but was a 3.5-star match, which raises the score to 60%. And it came out tolerable. On the way to the ring for the match between Miro and Konosuke for the United States Championship, Miro and his manager and wife CJ Perry cut a promo about the match. That segment gets a 76%, and the match itself is a 2.5-star match. The crowd was really into it. 84% crowd reaction, 77% total score. Popularity increased decent for Konosuke. And that is our Monday Nitro. It is with Konosuke Takeshita holding on to his United States Championship. And 82%. We're matching our best score from last week, which was Thunder last episode. That's nice. We're gaining in popularity across the globe. Very good. And now we move on. We see what's in our mail. We got 115,000 in ticket sales. That's after paying our individual performers the gate share contracts. We still haven't quite cracked the 2 million viewers yet. And we're still getting an average of about 295,000 in income. So let us see what we've got, if there's anybody coming up that we might want to hire. Doesn't look like there's anybody new coming up. Let's move on to the next day. Again, anybody that we could consider. Who is this Chaz Betts? WWE has made renewal contract offer to Chaz Betts. That's Chad Gable. Ooh. Ooh. I want to see if we can steal him from them. Can we get him? What's up his pay-per appearance to 20,000? $155,000 a month. Athlete, heel, click the right button, Nick. Make offer. Oh, if we can steal him away from WWE. Oh my. Okay. Let's move on to tomorrow and WCW Thunder. No mail. Did he sign up for... He hasn't signed with them yet. There's still a chance we get him. But right now, we have Thunder all booked out. Okay. And we are ready to begin the show. Show intro video, 88% score. Bill enters the arena, 87% score. Bill comes to the ring and hypes up the premium live event, Slamboree. He talks about all the people who are headed there and the challengers for the TV championship who are going to be in matches tonight to showcase their skills. That's Cain Velasquez, Dijak, EC3, and Simon Miller. He also talks about Alex Kane challenging Konosuke Takeshita, and this overall gets us an 88% segment score. And then we have a women's tag contenders match. Ash by Elegance and Masha Slamovich with their manager Amy Dumas versus the Poly Queens Alex Windsor and Maki Ito with their manager Eva Marie. They got good reactions with Wave of Momentum. The crowd enjoyed the special intervents. Ash and Masha don't have a great tag team chemistry, which slightly hurt the match. As the losers, their popularity goes down a little. As the one getting the pin, Alex, his popularity goes up slightly. 1.5 star match, 64% final score. Next we have member of the New Legacy tag team, Davey Boy Smith Jr., talking about his family legacy, being part of the Hart family, being the son of the late British Bulldog, gets a 66% segment score on that. Next, Alex Kane versus Eddie Edwards. 2-star match. The crowd wasn't that into it. And it only gets a 53%. Alex picks up the win as he continues his rise to challenge Konosuke Takeshita. Next we have an advertisement for the latest round of action figure releases. New action figures with Bad Bunny, Rhonda, Leah Vandale, Enzo, and Patrick Clark. And everybody gets popularity increases, 85% final score. Next, the announcers go through one of the key spots that led to Alex's victory over Eddie Edwards. And that gets a 73% segment score. A music video recap using Bad Bunny's latest hit as far as the recapping the feud between him and Jake Paul, and that gets a 92%. Then we have some more verbal sparring between Enzo and Raj in advance of their match on Sunday, and that's an 86%. And then we have a showcase for the people who are challenging for the TV championship. Really good help from the agenting. Huge effort put in by both of them. The crowd enjoyed the special entrances. The crowd was into it, but the match quality wasn't quite there. 62% final score. And next up we have a tag match between the New Legacy, Davey Boy and Ted DiBiase Jr. versus Dirty Dango and James Storm. They're very good in tag team situations. They got boosted performance because of their gimmicks. The match quality wasn't quite there, 1.5 star. Decent crowd reaction. Overall final score is 66%. And Davey Boy gets the pinfall. Okay, next we have an advertisement for the latest round of trading cards. AJ, Bully Ray, Bea Priestley, Davey Boy, and EC3, and that gets an 86% rating. And next we have a main event match, Brandy Lauren versus Isla Dawn. The crowd was not into this at all. And the rating wasn't there either. But Isla picks up the win. She's the next #1 contender, depending on the results of the match at Slamboree. And this is a 76%, slightly down from last week, still gaining in popularity across the world. We did not get the exclusive contract with Chad Gable. He signed with AEW instead. Is there anybody else who's up for grabs? Nobody that I can see that's a big enough deal for us to really go after them. Okay, we had 8,800 tickets sold, $403,000 profit after giving our gate share clause to our performers, $293,000 in income, only 1.86 million viewers, and yeah, we did not get him. WWE didn't get him either, but that's the way it goes. let's move on to Saturday. Okay. 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 Let's see if there's anybody who is hireable. And my overall marketability. I have not heard of any of these people. So we're going to skip trying to hire somebody off that list. And we move on to the day of Slamboree. Okay. Okay, what's in our mail? Okay. Interesting. AEW has new tag team champions. Interesting. Let's go to our show. Again, all booked out. We start the pay-per-view with a dramatic video, properly narrated. And yeah, let's get this show started. 88% overall for the dramatic video about the show tonight. Next we have two celebrities being shown in the crowd. Rena Lesnar, formerly known as Sable, who's now married to Brock Lesnar, and Stephen Amell from the TV show Arrow. And that gets us a 98% segment score. Next is our last woman standing match. And Mercedes comes off with a win. 100% crowd reaction. 2.5 star match, 89% final score. And after the match, Mandy is interviewed by Maria, who talks to her about the match and her disappointment in the loss, and that gets an 80% segment score. Next we have a panel interview segment with our backstage personality Nikki Garcia talking to former wrestler Stacy Keibler and NBA legend superstar Shaquille O'Neal about the previous match and the upcoming match with Bad Bunny and Jake Paul, and that gets a 79% final score. And next, Bad Bunny makes a big entrance, singing one of his songs, gets an 81% score. Jake Paul is resoundingly booed by the audience as he goes into the match. 87% segment. Bill Goldberg as a special referee goes into the match. And the crowd gives him a 76% segment rating. Big match here, 100% crowd rating, only 1% match quality. 92% overall final score. And, you know, big things happened in the match. There's a segment involving someone going through an announce table. Uh, Probably Jake. Uh, in the end, the special referee Goldberg counts the 1, 2, 3. Bad Bunny goes over Jake. And after the match, Jake loses his shit, attacks Bill Goldberg, beats him down. 86% score on the segment. You just know there's going to be something happening on Monday night, or Bill is going to have something to say about that. Next, we go to another celebrity in the crowd who waves to the camera. This one is Mike Tyson. And then we do a video recap of the Desi and Enzo Skart match feud. 79% final score. And next up, we have the I Quit match. It was considered a dud. They were both out struggling for breath by the end of it. The crowd wasn't that into it, but it does conclude the feud. Enzo gets the win. Makes Raj say that he quits, and 39% final score. But that is the conclusion to that feud. Backstage, after the match, you have Stone Cold Steve Austin making one of his rare appearances for the company, interviewing Enzo and asking him how he feels after the match. And it ends up being a really good segment, and that's a 92%. And interviewer, I'm not sure. The game put the wrong people in here. The program messed up a little. Travis Scott was interviewing Brock Lesnar about his ongoing rivalry with Joe Henry. I'm not sure how Masha got involved in this. I'm really not. But yeah, that was an 85%. Next up, 3-star match. Masha versus Becky for the Women's Championship. Becky successfully defends her title. 87% crowd approval. 3-star match. 82% score overall. Next we have announcer Joey Styles announcing the attendance for tonight's match. And then we have a really big entrance for the main event. The two of the announcers really hype them up. They make their entrance to the ring. And then they stare each other down. This is a match for the World Heavyweight Championship. 30 minutes, a time limit. Brock Lesnar, Joe Henry. And let's go. The crowd wasn't quite buying the epic feel of the match. Okay. There was a big spot in it where they were both fighting on top of a ring post, and Joe managed to get the upper hand on Brock and suplexed him through the announce table that had just been rebuilt after the previous announce table spot in an earlier match. And 2-star match quality, 99% crowd reaction, 84% final score. The crowd was on their feet for the big entrances. Joe wins the championship. Okay. And 66% Joe posing with the title after his victory. And that's our week's show. Popularity gain across the world. 84%, our highest show rating yet. And that is our episode of this week. I thank you all for spending this time with me. I really enjoy this every time I get to spend an afternoon with you. It means the absolute world to me. Please take my love with you everywhere you go. I love you all. You mean the world to me. I will see you all again very soon. And remember to be good to each other. It's the highest calling in all the world. Show each other kindness, compassion, mercy, and love. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.